Yo, what is going on, guys? Got a story for you here today titled My Wife Became Homeless After I Learned of Her Affair and Divorced Her. So, this is not one of those usual situations where the woman doesn't walk away with cash and prizes and she struggles to pay bills, but she makes it through anyway. This is actually a step further where the woman just becomes completely homeless, apparently, which of course is absolutely hilarious because this guy catches his wife cheating, throws her out, and then she has nowhere to go. Absolutely deserved. So let's jump into this story here, guys. Don't forget to leave your thoughts and your comments. Make sure you like the video and subscribe if you are new here, and let's take a listen. So, a 36-year-old man shares how his seemingly strong marriage ended when he stumbled across undeniable evidence of his wife's betrayal. Let's jump into it. I'm a 36-year-old male and my now ex-wife is a 34-year-old female. We were married for 8 years. We had what most people would call a dream life, a comfortable house, weekends at wineries, trips abroad. If you asked me 6 months ago, I would have told you that we were unbreakable, but I was completely wrong. So this marriage is not like the previous story that I just covered. This is 8 years rather than 15 years. The video that I covered previously, guys, it was a woman who threw away her marriage after 15 years because she reconnected with some dude on Facebook, which is hilarious. This one, not to worry, is only just short of a decade instead. So he says it wasn't the usual red flags like guarding her phone or working late. It was subtle things. She started dressing differently, wearing new perfume, and spending a lot more time finding herself through fitness classes and girls' weekends. I don't know about you guys, but girls who have like girls' weekends, girls' nights out, girls solo traveling, as in like it's just a group of them and they're all women and they're traveling together. This is a major red flag. Major red flag. And for whatever reason, you know, dudes just overlook this crap because they don't want to be the evil, controlling boyfriend or husband, right? Even though it's incredibly weird that your girl is or your wife is going on girls' weekends, girls' trips, or whatever the case may be. But she's also, you know, she's dressing differently, going to random classes. I'm assuming she didn't have an interest in these before. Wearing new perfume, I'm assuming, to these classes in particular as well. The dude is probably in this class, right? The dude that she's cheating on this guy with is probably in this fitness class, I would say. She became emotionally distant. Conversations felt surface level, almost like she was talking at me and not with me. But because there was no obvious smoking, I chalked it up to a phase. How I really found out: one Saturday morning, we went to the gym together. After our session, I realized that I had left my wedding ring in my locker and I went back to go and grab it. When I walked into the locker area, I overheard my wife's voice around the corner laughing and chatting a little too intimately with another dude. I stayed hidden and listened. It was not just friendly banter. They were talking about how they had to be more careful and about how last night was great. He said I knew instantly what I was hearing. So, yep, she's cheating with the dude at the gym. Surprise, surprise. This is probably why she began the classes in the first place. Like, the woman probably had no interest in these classes before, had no need to do them in the first place, but, you know, she just ended up going there regardless. It's not like this is something that, you know, had been in the marriage for years or something like this. But let's continue. So he finds out, hears her talking to some other dude, and he says, I confronted her in the car about it. She denied everything at first, said that I misunderstood and that I was being paranoid. When I told her exactly what I had heard, her face went white, and after a long silence, she admitted that it had been going on for months with a guy from her Pilates class. I'm sorry, but what kind of a guy goes to Pilates? it was a Pilates class, guys. Are you kidding me? That is crazy. I've probably just pissed off like 15 people who watch this video who go to Pilates who are dudes. You know what I mean? But holy hell, we're cheating on we're cheating on the husband with a dude in her Pilates class. That is crazy, man. That is absolutely crazy. Been going on for months, apparently. He said that it just happened. He said it didn't just happen. Affairs are planned and protected. Yeah, so she probably knew that this guy was in this class, I assume, right? Maybe she had met him out in public somewhere or something. He probably mentioned that he goes to these classes, and so she ended up going there. That's how I imagine it probably happened. But that's just hilarious. So she's cheating on a dude. How old are these people again? Let's have a look. How old? 36. He's 36. She's 34. Was probably slightly younger when he figured this out. So let's call it 33, 32. And she's cheating in Pilates classes. Absolutely wild. So he says there was no coming back from that. We had a prenup and the house was in my name. She had no financial stake. I moved her things into storage and served her with divorce papers within the month. She begged and cried, said she made a stupid mistake. But when the trust goes, the love goes with it. So something else that's weird about this situation is that this dude he said that he moved her things into storage, which to me implies that she was not moving them herself, right? I can see a world where this woman is refusing to move out because she wants to make things work and all of these sorts of things. And so this dude probably had to manually move everything out himself because she refused to do it, which again, I think, guys, if the genders were reversed and the woman had to pack all the dude's crap and moved it into storage because he refused to leave, I think a lot of people would be up in arms about that. I think that was the situation here, but the dude just didn't bring it up, because why else would you be helping? Why else would you be moving her things into storage? And it doesn't even mention that she's helping him either, right? It's not like they're doing it together or anything. Without access to the house or my income, her life unraveled fast. She had no real savings, no stable job, just some part-time work here and there. She tried staying with friends, but they got tired of her quickly. Within 2 months, she was living out of her car and bouncing between couch offers. That's crazy, right? Because it kind of tells you as well what kind of a person somebody is if their friends get sick of them quickly. You know, like if you're in a very difficult spot and your friends have to help you out and they get sick of you quickly, it probably says something about the kind of person you are, because a lot of people are actually really quite tolerant if you're not a complete pain in their backside. So this tells me she was probably a pain in their backside as well for your friends to get tired of you quickly. Anyway, within 2 months, she was living out of her car, which is, so she's homeless by this point. Some mutual friends told me that she was too proud to move back in with her parents at first, and eventually she had no choice. So she was homeless, didn't want to move back in with her parents because she had too much pride, but then ended up having to do it anyway. Honestly, this woman got kind of lucky. I understand there's less homeless women than there are homeless men by a significant amount. But, you know, all it takes is like a bad relationship with her family, and this woman would have been legitimately homeless. Like she wouldn't have even been able to get a home or get somewhere to live. So she got really lucky here. She was homeless, and then she went to stay with her parents. But imagine if she didn't have the parents, she'd be pretty damn screwed. He says, I didn't feel joy watching her fall. There was no victory lap, just closure. I gave her loyalty and she gave me betrayal, and the consequences were hers to carry, not mine. Makes absolute sense to me. I don't think that this dude should have even had empathy for her in the first place, which it sounds like he didn't. So great move there. What an absolute psycho, though. You know, imagine cheating on a dude in your Pilates class, right? And you throw away an 8-year marriage because of it. And you try and gaslight your husband as well on the way out by saying that he misunderstood. Absolutely ridiculous. But guys, we're going to be leaving today's episode there. Don't forget to leave your thoughts and your comments. Make sure you guys take care of yourselves, and I'll be seeing you all in the next one. Peace.